Hey, welcome. Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com again. Another value wine. This one is a little bit more expensive. It's $19.99. It is the Trader Joe's Diamond Reserve Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon 2023. The Diamond Collection is their upper end. They say that even though it's $20, that it is maybe a wine that originally would have sold for 2 or 3 times the price. And that could possibly be true. It says Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, which is about as generic as you can get for one of these wines, because actually as generic as you can get is putting California on there, and they could do that for a Napa Valley wine, but no one would because Napa is a selling point. But this is actually a single vineyard wine, which means it's from a sub-AVA. And since it's a single vineyard wine, it's probably an estate wine, because that's how estate wines go. Or if it's not an estate wine, the grapes were purchased. It's purchased from a pretty fancy vineyard that you would not want to add anything else onto. All of that says $19.99 is a bargain. It's got 14 months in both French and American oak barrels. They don't do any detail. They literally say that we can't tell you what this is all about. They often will give hints on their diamond and platinum reserves. They're kind of obscure hints, and you can never be 100% sure, but it can point you in the right direction. Here we get nothing. The back label says Vinted and bottled by Vino Ecology, I think it is, which is a website that has everything you ever needed in making wine in there. You can hire employees, buy equipment, buy the grapes, find distributors, find people to help you make the wine, everything. I just scratched the surface. What they do, but they Vinted and bottled by means they bottled it. They have a bottling line. So what is this? This is 100%, well, not 100%. This is Cabernet Sauvignon with a touch of Petit Verdot and a touch of Merlot added on, which is the Bordeaux-style. Those are the other 2 grapes, are that and Cab Franc are the Bordeaux grapes. So what's going on here? I don't know. How does it taste? I'm going to take a sip. Tastes good, actually. It's very flavorful, and it's got good length. You know, I'm not an expert at all on anything at all, but when it comes to wine, you know, I know more about value price wines. I know that. I don't know. I've had them, but I don't study them. Expensive Napa wines. But if you ask me, this wine could use maybe another 6 months of age, just to letting it, pull it out around Christmas. But the problem is, this is a limited edition wine. When this is gone, it's gone. So you're going to have to make that decision now, and hopefully, because this might well be a $50 wine or more or whatever. You know, single vineyard Napa wines are usually kind of pricey. 2023 might be a little bit early, not too early. It sips well. I'm not saying it doesn't sip well. It does just fine. But I think there's more for this wine to give with a little bit of time. So there you go. So what's going on here? Duckhorn got rid of some of their brands. Part of Coppola Delcato shut down a winery facility. Constellation Brands sold off a bunch of their brands. It's happening everywhere. There's brands being mothballed. There's contracts being canceled with vineyards. There's wineries that were going to be making so many wines are not making them anymore. And it's all happened kind of suddenly. There's been a downturn in the market. I don't think they were planning on it. So there are bargains to be had. Back in 2008, when we started out the website, there was a major worldwide recession, and there was crazy bargains. $60 wines for $10. $40 wines for $5. I remember Bronco Wines had a Merlot that a winery needed quick cash, and they only wanted to sell them 1 year's worth of grapes. He made them do 2, and he sold it for $5 just because he could. And that kind of stuff used to be happening all the time. And it's starting to happen again. Like I said, this is not a wine that was ever meant to be a Trader Joe's wine. This is a single vineyard Napa sub-AVA. Has such a good pedigree that if they told you, people would start rush to the store and buy this and wouldn't buy the original bottles, which is kind of how Negociant works. But, Negociants sometimes wink, wink, nod, nod, let people know where it comes from. Because this might not have the full winery production going on. It might be, somebody else might have took over, and so it's not that altogether. But it's still under $20. So there you go. This is Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. This is the 1999 Trader Joe's Diamond Reserve Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon 2023. There's more here than meets the eye, but it does meet your taste buds. So it's 1999, which is about the upper reach of Trader Joe's wines. You might think twice about buying it, but this might be one of the better diamond reserves around. In the past, there are wines that probably didn't have the distress sale sign on them. So here we go. We're getting a bargain. So adios, keep it cheap. I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days. I got a Sauvignon Blanc coming up from New Zealand. I almost couldn't pronounce it, but we have one coming up in a couple of days. And it's like a $6 wine. Should be a fun one. Adios, keep it cheap. Bye-bye.